Hey, what's going on, guys? It's B from Kongs and it is super late, and I could not go to sleep knowing how my last live stream went with the next level when I was doing a comparison with the Gun4IR and the Sinden tech. And, I was slightly embarrassed I couldn't get the Sinden guns working correctly because I had spent, like, as I mentioned, several hours ahead of time making sure that I got Sinden calibrated. But as I switched TVs, I didn't calibrate it right. I wasn't as familiar with the Sinden GUI, so I thought it wasn't fair to leave that as my true definitive comparison between the two techs. So I wanted to do this quick video. Now that I've spent some time learning more of the setup system, I wanted to just give some more raw thoughts on it. And maybe I don't know if I can do a true review of it, but I have both of them in hand. I would say that setup video was, or comparison video was really something that was showing you how you could run into some issues with setup if you weren't familiar with it. So that's what the goal is for today. I appreciate you guys joining in the stream that are catching this live. But for those that are watching in the replay, again, if you haven't seen the other video that I did earlier today, check it out. It's really long, but this will be pretty short. So first off, the Sinden gun itself does have some calibration tools that I needed to get familiar with. So I'm going to share my big screen now so you can see what I did. I was trying to figure out why I had the jitters so much going on with my screen settings. So I downloaded a fresh install of the Sinden light gun setup just to make sure that I wasn't doing anything funky. So I had this folder here called Sinden 2. I had the software set up completely. I wanted to make sure I was running default settings. And so this is the Sinden GUI, if you will, of setting everything up. The configuration was set up. I was using this border image instead of the stock border here, so I don't know if that was an issue. But the main thing here that I figured out in terms of my cursor being offset was how to calibrate it. Because when I look at this screen, and this is just probably me being a user interface guy, it says you can now calibrate by holding the D-pad for 3 seconds and then shooting the mouse cursor when it moves to the center. So I thought I had to do something on this particular screen in order to calibrate it because it was off centered. But pretty much you can be anywhere on the system and then hold the left button on your D-pad, and then it'll bring up the mouse cursor to the center of the screen, and then you shoot that center of the screen. And so I thought I had to be pressing buttons, and I think you can do some manual adjustments here. But after I did that, I'm going to turn on the bezel for the Sinden now, and I have the big screen. Here's the line of sight that I have this camera set up so that you can see, and you can see it's much better now in terms of it being accurately towards the center. There's a little bit of jitters here, but you can see that it's definitely way more accurate than it was before. So this is a Sinden. I had to get more familiar with the calibration tools and the settings, but this is much better for me than when I was playing earlier. I had a ton of jitters. It was really off-centered. So if I'm looking at this line of sight, it's pretty dead on with the Sinden right now. So you definitely have to work through that calibration setting to make sure that it's dead on with everything. And again, so if I'm off-centered, all I have to do is hold down the left set button, and somebody who probably was a better Sinden user could have did it. So now that I hold it, you see how the mouse cursor is center of the screen. Now I can line up my sight and shoot that center of the screen with the Sinden, and then that'll recalibrate the gun back to center. I should have did this earlier in my earlier stream to make sure it was calibrated. I didn't, so I wanted to make sure I gave a fair comparison because so much tech went into the Sinden. I want to make sure I gave it a fair shot, and this is what I really wanted to do. So other than that, now you can see the mouse cursor, and I think with any setting, you're going to see like a little bit of drag. It's pretty fast, the reflexes. Like if I'm moving it side to side, it's pretty quick. So I think the settings will be better here. I still ran into issues when I ran in a version of MAME. So let's go into a version. I'm going to turn off the bezel so I can get into my screen. I'm going to jump into a MAME game again, a same one that I was playing earlier, just Point Blank 2 because I have it set up. And I used the bezel packs that the great Sinden people put together. They put together awesome bezel packs that you drop in, and it already has this border and the sides there. And you can see now that I'm here, it's still a little bit jittery. I'm holding the gun completely still, and look at the cursor moving as much as it is with the bezel pack that's provided, right? And so this is just me holding it. But if I press this button, it's going to add in the big border. Now the big border is there, and that stabilizes it. So I mean, this is just having to play with your bezel settings and having a darker border or something more physical. But now the jitter is gone. But again, so whether if you're using kind of this version of it too, this is the stock 4.3 bezel that you can put around games too. So this is a stock bezel. So this is way better than it was before. So let's enter some credits and just do some testing with the Sinden gun so we can do a live comparison there. And then I'll jump over to Gun4IR, but I wanted to spend time and make sure that I did demonstrate that the Sinden does have good accuracy if you set it up right. And that was my problem. I wasn't doing it properly to set up. So let's go ahead and shoot this. All right, so you can kind of see my test here. You can kind of see the line of sight. Hopefully this is good angles for you guys to see the line of sight that I have going on. I have a camera right in front of me right here, as well as playing this. All right, so here we go. And sorry if that's super loud. I am having some issues though, where like every couple of presses aren't registering a solenoid hit. So the more I press it, the weaker the solenoid's getting. But I feel like sometimes it's going off. Oh my goodness, and I got squished. I thought I didn't hit enough. All right. I didn't shoot it 13 times enough. I was trying to hold up my hands. I'm like slouching too. Jitter's almost gone. That's true. It is more accurate. But let's see if I can do one that really requires some accuracy. So we'll do this one over here. And like, again, so I have... So it's not perfect still for what it is. I thought I did the calibration settings right, and I'm shooting, but for some reason it's like not quite registering. So I don't know if there's still some other setting that I need to figure out that I'm not getting right. But yeah, now it's not shooting. There it is. Okay, come on. All right, did I get it? This one is an accuracy shot, right? So I should have scored well on this one. No more ammo. Yes. All right, I passed it. So, okay, I was able to at least get some accuracy going on. This is I mean, I love Point Blank. This is one of my marquee games that I really wanted to play and get in here. And yeah, so you can see it moving around pretty well. All right, let's see if I can do some addition quickly here. All right, so this is 5. Come on, 5. What? Come on, 5. All right, 1. What? 1. I'm shooting 1. Okay, 8. 2. 2. I'm going too slow. 0. 8. 0. 6. No. Oh, I failed. I can't do addition. I love to see a test without the crosshair. Oh, okay. Maybe I can go into the MAME settings and turn off the crosshair settings. At least maybe I can do that for both. Let's see if I can go to tab. Can I do that here? Can I turn off crosshairs in crosshair options? Visibility, crosshair, player 1, auto, off. All right, let's turn off the crosshairs. All right, we're gonna do it. True test. I turned off my crosshairs. I'm running blind right now. Okay, here we go. All right. I don't. I just shot the dude. Okay, maybe I was really dependent on the crosshair. Okay, that wasn't a great first test without the crosshair, because I think I have been relying on it. But let me try it again. Again, I cycle through the stock Sinden bezel. So this is the main bezel pack. Then if you turn on the bezel, there's 2 ones that you can do. You can cycle through the full screen bezel, or you can cycle through a 4:3 bezel, which this is the one that gave me the best range. And so let's throw in another coin credit. See if I can do another one. All right, let's do this one. Insane. All right, I don't know how good I'm feeling about this. All right, 32 or more birds. All right, I have no cursor. I don't really play light guns without cursors. I mean, I do in the arcade, but like this is scary for me. I don't know if this is gonna work out well. All right. I feel like I'm. All right, kind of. All right, I feel like I'm getting better there. Oh, I feel like I'm slightly off. Maybe it's just my aim. I feel like I should be better at this. All right, it's better. I just need to be better with my aim. It's not bad. It's pretty decent. I'm lining up my sight more. It's because like the camera's down here, so if I line up the sight for the camera angle, it was a little bit off. But if I'm up here where my eyesight is, I was actually doing okay. All right, let's try it again. Let's do this one. I should be shooting reds. Okay, here we go. All right, shoot 20 or more of your own targets. Here we go. I gotta shoot reds. Here we go. And shoot red. Boom, 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 boom. Oh no, that's really bad. Bad. Come on. Sometimes with light guns, you're just supposed to kind of feel it, right? Like, I should be able to like just shoot and get there. It's almost like you have to like feel it out, and then you can like calibrate yourself when you're shooting. Oh, that was terrible. All right. Are you far away from the TV? It looks like you're quite far. I'm about 8 feet away from my TV right now. I have a big, big TV in front of me, so I'm about 7 to 8 feet away from it, which I thought would be okay distance for the light gun to be playing. Maybe it might be working a little bit closer, but that is, one of the main games. I also want to show off at least I had a couple other games like Virtual Cop and some of the Sega Model 2 games going on. So let me see if House of the Dead will run. I'm not sure if my capture card's going to work correctly. That does not look good. So the thing about the bezel pack for Model 2 is that you have to copy and paste all the files into the emulator folders. You have to change some of the custom settings in the INI file. And then from there, you should be able to run this bezel pack. All right, let's do it. Come on. Work. Yeah, there it is. All right, so this is the bezel pack for Sega Model 2 for House of the Dead 2. Maybe too far. You think so? You think 8 feet is too far? I feel like, I don't know. I feel like it should be an okay distance, especially for a 50-inch TV. Like, I don't want to be that much closer to a 50-inch TV than where I'm at, honestly. So I'm hoping that this is an okay distance for playing a cab like this. It's a pedestal build. All right, this game seems frozen. What happened? Come on, House of the Dead. What's the gun that you use that has recoil? So this is the Sinden gun right now that has recoil. So this is, for Gun4IR, that's the Super Jolt. So Super Jolt for, I believe, the PS1. And I don't know why my House of the Dead game wasn't working. It should have been working earlier. Let me see if I can get that going one more time. We escaped, and it looked like my computer is frozen. That's the thing about live streams. You never know how it's going to go. But yeah, I still think the Sinden has a lot of good potential, but you just have to be really familiar with the setup. Do the calibration tools like they say. The bezel packs are nice that it's already pre-done and set up for you. But it took me a little time to figure out where I had to copy and paste the files, what INI settings to change. It's not for the faint of heart, honestly. Like if you're looking to be a casual, I think most light gun setups, maybe, casual folks are going to have trouble setting up stuff, especially some of the more complicated emulators like Model 2, Model 3. So I do think that you're going to have to spend a little bit of time making sure it gets set up, and it's just a little bit cumbersome than how I thought it would be. And I feel like I spend a lot of time with my emulators and trying to get stuff. Oh, and I do want to show off my LaunchBox build too. I want to show off the goodies. All right, here we go. I finally just launched it straight instead of for my LaunchBox build. See if we can get House of the Dead on the Sinden working. And all right, so here you can see the mouse pretty straight on. All right, so I have my credits in. I'm gonna be shooting. So here's my Model 2 emulator. Hold your fire. And let's shoot up some zombies. Boom, 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 boom. And you can shoot off screen to reload. And then the cool thing about Model 2 is that you can use the cockback button as a reload too. So that's the cool thing about the Sinden. I do like the little cocking feature there. Oh, oops, I should have been paying attention. All right, reload. Here we go. There we go. Zombies at night. I shouldn't be like shooting zombies at night. I'm gonna have nightmares, huh? So I mean, it's pretty smooth. It feels pretty good. The recoil you kind of have to get used to, and my line of sight accuracy on the Sinden, at least once I calibrated, it really stuck. So I mean, fair shot. I'm just using the bezel window for the Model 2 pack. I'm not using the actual bezel that you can overlay using the system. So that's nice. The Model 2 pack works really well. I still have to play with the Model 3 pack. Lost World, I was playing it. I couldn't get the mouse to quite work. So that's something that I was gonna try setting up. But you can see the bezel packs that the Sinden community has put together, they look fantastic. I mean, with the side art and the window, if you're talking about the white window bothering you, when it's a setup like this, Like, it doesn't bother me at all now because, like, you're on a big enough screen. You feel like the border is kind of like a natural border, especially when you're playing on a widescreen TV and you have the nice bezels on the side. So, if you were not a fan of the white screens, I would highly recommend going to the Sinden wiki, grabbing the bezel packs, following the instructions, and adding them in because these look fantastic. So this looks better than if you push the buttons and you added the stock bezel. This would be if you added a white bezel without any of the bezel packs. It looks boring. It's just the borders on the side. But if you get the bezel packs, you can get some nice borders on the outside. So again, this is the Sinden setup with this. And I didn't set up Gun4IR using Model 2 yet because I think I have to set up the mole shooter, and that's where I need to get Brad's Gun King to help me out because I'm a two-player stupid and not really set up. Often Model 2 emulator is not often working correctly on your setup. You can disable the crosshair with key 9. Oh, let me try it. Let me press key 9. Let's see. All right, 9. Is that gonna go away? No, it's still showing up on my thing. So I think maybe you have to add in one of the settings for something. But that was House of the Dead 2 on Model 2. Not bad. Not bad. Well, secondhand jolts just got super expensive. Yes, they did. Oh, you don't need the mole shooter for one player only, I believe? Yeah, so I could unplug. I wonder if I can just remap the gun to House of the Dead 1. If I can do that really quick, then I can show the super jolt on it too. So let's do that. Let's see if I can let's see. I wonder if it'll just register as one player already if I use the super jolt. Okay, so let me go back to this screen now. So this is the super jolt. It's plugged in. You just point it at the screen and it has that nice recoil feature. I love the super jolt. Like, it just feels really, really good in hand. I think I'm just super fan of the gun itself. Gun4IR technology is good, but if you can find a super jolt, man, I didn't know that these existed and they feel great. I'm excited for my real Namco gun though. That's going to be really cool to do a comparison, but I wanted to check the performance of the Gun4IR. And JB is here. JB Labs. He did the actual development of Gun4IR. I don't have the license for your GUI, so I've not done any of the actual setup for Gun4IR yet. But it's been working pretty decently. I just have my Gun4IR gun here, and you can see. I mean, I'm just on the stock desktop now, and you can see the line of sight with the mouse tracking pretty accurately so far. I have just the 4 LED sensors. I downloaded your GUI, but I don't have the license to run anything, so I've not calibrated anything. But if I'm looking at my line of sight cursor, it's pretty straight on. Like, I don't know if you probably can't see it with the angle that I have it there, but it's moving along pretty quickly. And again, this was plug into the PC. It registers as a mouse once you have it, and then these are just keyboard buttons and mouse button clicks. Do you think the Time Crisis gun off of AliExpress is a good idea? I'm not sure. I haven't checked it out yet, so I'll have to look at it and see what other shell options you have. But the cool thing about Gun4IR is that you can pretty much put it into anything. Oh, why don't we play some Time Crisis? That's a good idea. I haven't even plugged in the Super Jolt pedal yet. But all right, before I do that, I'm going to go back to Model 2 and see if I can turn on, I want to do a comparison test of the Super Jolt Gun4IR with the same games if possible. So let's go to House of the Dead, and then we're going to configure controls. I think it'll still play one player no matter what I have at 2 and 6 are my starting coin. Okay. All right. I think it's already mapped. Switch to full screen. Let's see if it'll work and register. All right. Player 2. Oh yeah. My mouse cursor is already showing up on screen. Oh no, but my the capture card died. Ah! All right. I'm not going to fix the capture card. You guys can see the screen here. You guys can see the big screen. All right, let's add in some credits. Let's throw in the credit 2 side. All right, here we go. So I think I'm the player 2 gun now. I think. So we'll see if this is the right cursor that's going to be shooting. Press start. Here we go. Boom, boom, boom. No, that's not the right one. Oh, maybe I'm still the player 1 player. Am I the player 1 player? Player 1. Oh. Oh, I'm the player 1 player too. So okay, so the gun, since I'm not using 2 players, the second gun is still plugged in as player 1 too. All right, so I gotta shoot off screen, shoot off screen, shoot off screen. Oh, I'm not shooting off screen on this one. Oh, maybe I have to press a button to reload. All right, press start. This is where I don't have the Gun4IR buttons mapped to anything. All right, credit 2, press start 1. All right, maybe I have to go back and remap my buttons. My buttons. Reload, reload, shoot off screen, shoot off screen. Oh, maybe it's because this is pointing down. Maybe the Sinden is in the way. Because I have the Sinden border still on and the Sinden gun there. Maybe this, oh shoot, this is terrible streaming right here. All right, I want to reload, reload, shoot off screen. Do I have to do anything to shoot off screen, JB, for the Gun4IR? So I'm shooting off screen, and it's not registering with my second gun. That's not good. Girls. It was not working. My shooting off screen button was not working. Maybe I have to map that. Let's see. All right, House of the Dead, game, configure controls, start. Let's press this button over here instead. All right, it's not. Okay, I'll just make that the start button. And then, interesting. You can also press the side button to reload. Secondary, you have to set the off-screen reload of a secondary button. Oh, okay. What issue you're having just arrived on the scene? Yeah, so I haven't played too much with the Gun4IR with the offload settings, but I think, can I set one of these buttons to reload? Side button. But these are like mouse buttons. And the other thing about Model 2 is you can't register a mouse button as a reload button. So, and these two are like the click buttons. So there's not that many buttons on the Super Jolt 2. You know, the Sinden at least has additional buttons that register as joy key commands or keyboard commands. These are mouse commands. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to map a reload button, or maybe I have to reload the pedal. I probably have to do the pedal as a reload for the Super Jolt. That might be able to get it going. I wonder if I can do that really fast. You guys can indulge me. I'm just having fun right now playing with these toys. Hold on. Here's the pedal for this that comes with the Super Jolt. I've not played with this or turned it on. This is already becoming another super long stream, but you know, we're comparing both guns now, free of distractions of the lovely Mrs. Kongzarus, who was here with us earlier. So I'm gonna plug this in and plug this into the bottom of the Super Jolt, which has this little telephone connection cable here, and see if I can get this to register as a button when I try to map a reload button. So, is it remapping anything? Press a button or key. It's not registering as anything. All right, you sent me a license for the GUI if I need it. Oh, thanks, JB, appreciate it. All right. All right, I don't know if I'm going to be able to map the reload button for Model 2. This is where I thought I had everything set up, but obviously I don't. Okay, so let's get at a Model 2. I can at least shoot, but I couldn't reload. Model 2 emulator is super annoying and not the easiest to do in live. This is true. I shouldn't be trying to do other emulators. I thought I had it set up ahead of time, JB. I was like, yeah, Model 2 was working great. And for the Sinden pack, it was actually a good demo of it. But since this is now me messing with Gun4IR, and it's not, I guess it's less the accuracy and just the button options that come with the gun itself, right? And being able to shoot off screen. So I thought I was able to do that with the Sinden where I could shoot off screen. All right, let's go back to Point Blank 2. And then I'm going to test out Gun4IR so you guys can see a demo of it. Oh, I think I turned off the cursor still. And I'm going to drop the pedal to the floor now and see how we do with this. All right, so I want to turn my cursor back on just to make sure. Okay, it's there. All right, here we go. Let's go. Let's credit 2. I believe this is should be my player 2. Oh, let me turn on the crosshair just to make sure it's working starting off, and then we'll go into the thing. Okay. All right. I have to double check and make sure my player 2 setup. Visibility, this game control. Okay. Oh, my light gun settings like went away. All right. So X analog that way, Gun4IR, and that's my trigger, and then light gun analog Y. Go up and down. All right. There we go. All right, so here we go. We're ready. So there's my cursor on screen. You can see where I'm at. Let's see how we do. All right, I'm shooting these guys. Yeah, when you have the mouse cursor on screen, it's definitely easier to see. You can kind of see line of sight is pretty decent. And it's not at my eye level. I'm trying to just get it behind the camera so you guys can see it. I'm going to raise it up to my eye level in just a second and see. How did I do? Did I fail? I failed. I needed to shoot 24 more. All right, maybe I'm going to bend down and then look so I can see how I'm really doing. All right, let's do this. All right, let's do this one. I wish I probably could raise this camera higher so that I don't have to bend so low. Okay, here we go. Destroy and shoot all the barrels. Here we go. Oh, this is fun. The recoil on the Super Jolt is, if you're just gonna compare the hardware side of things, it feels so much better on the Jolt than on the Sinden. But I think that's just hardware side. The way the recoil mechanism is set, it's being powered by a separate power source too, so you don't have that fading quality that you have on the Sindens. So Sindens are definitely more portable. It doesn't have that extra power source, but the Super Jolt, the jolting of it just feels like, yeah, it doesn't compare. It's definitely awesome. All right, here we go. Here's an accuracy test one where we're shooting. Boom, 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 boom. Did I get it? Boom, 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 boom. Oh, sweet. All right, I got it. All right, let's do a test without the crosshairs and see how well I do. So we're gonna turn off crosshairs. Off. Okay. All right. Let's do our mosquito. See how I can do. All right, now I have to get really low. Make sure I shoot the one mosquito with one bullet. Oh my goodness. All right, this is pressure. Here we go. 5-second audio, and where's the mosquito? Boom. Oh, I missed. Oh no, I missed the mosquito. My line of sight was off. All right, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe the Sinden border is throwing it off. No, I'm just kidding. It's not. That's just my pure accuracy. I'm using an older version of MAME actually. This is MAME 1.196, I think. It just happened to be the one that I started using, and I just kind of kept it. I probably could update it if I need to, but here we're gonna try doing the calculator one again. All right, let's see how fast I can add. 4. All right, 2. 2. Okay. 0. 7. Oh, nope. 1. I feel like it's a little bit off from where I'm at. I feel like it's more to the right than where I want to be shooting. Did I get it? Oh, I failed. Okay. 0.196, yeah. All right. It's a little bit off. I think I just have to rely. I don't know. Maybe the GUI setting is going to help a little bit more once I get that set up. But yeah, the line of sight wasn't what I thought I would be with it. But when I turn on the crosshairs, you definitely can see even the mouse, the cursor with it. You know what? And then maybe the border is messing with the, like, if I ran this full screen, because the IR sensors are all the way to the edges, and then you're playing the game pretty much only in the center. So is that something that happens, JB? And I'm asking you now because you're here, so you can see I have the mouse cursor here, but if I have the menu up, you can see that the mouse, when I drag it to the left, the cursor is shooting more to the right, but my mouse is going all the way to the edge. So maybe I have to run this full screen in order for it to work. Yeah, you need to You need to calibrate and activate the content mode. Content mode. Okay. He's not listening. I am listening. It looks more to the right. You need to recalibrate. I do. I need to go into my email and then actually recalibrate it. So maybe it's not fair doing the non-crosshair test when I haven't calibrated the Gun4IR either. So now I'm having issues with the Gun4IR, but I've not even used the GUI yet. So maybe this isn't a true comparison video, but I at least wanted to address the technical issues that I had with the Sinden gun on my earlier stream. Hopefully that was helpful for you guys to see. Thanks, Wall Machine. Appreciate you, jumping in here. But let me know if there's anything else you want to, me to do a demo of. I just wanted to, clear the air that I wasn't trying to lean one way or the other more. I just happened to show off some of my frustrations with the Sinden earlier when I couldn't set it up right, and I thought I had spent several hours setting it up on stream. Obviously, I didn't recalibrate it. That's the only thing you need to do. So follow the instructions. It's very deep instructions. I'll tell you that if you look at the wiki, it's still not for the faint of heart. If I had to give an overall score for setup, right, the Gun4IR setup is just way easier. That's a good 8 to 9 out of 10. And the Sinden setup, I would give it, maybe a 4 or 5, even lower, just because it's hard to set up the first time, and it's not user intuitive to look at all the different settings in the Sinden. Accuracy wise, I think both guns, once calibrated, work pretty similarly. So there's great feedback there. The white border versus the 4 LEDs, that's going to be preference. If you're using the bezel packs like you see on the screen, I think the bezel packs make the white border bearable, and so I would highly recommend using those. And for the Gun4IR, if you wanted to do full screen, be no problem with any of these things too. So that's the other thing that you'd have to pay attention to. And then I guess the last other comparison thing that most people are really latching onto is the price and the cost. The cost of the Sinden is cheaper because it's in full production mode, right? It has its own shell, it has everything going for it at the moment. And JB, being a developer in a DIY kit, you can only make these yourselves for cheap, or you can source a person that can make them for you, like Raymond from RPEG. And just, I didn't get a free gun from JB or Ray either, by the way. I paid pretty much full price, almost $400 for my Super Jolt, and I paid him another $400 plus. I think it's more. He hasn't even billed me yet for the pink Namco gun. So I'm paying him a lot of money to like play this because we're early adopters and testing it. So it's not that I'm doing a review of one or the other. I just wanted to kind of give you guys some more raw thoughts and some more technical opinions for stuff. So yeah, I haven't tried Time Crisis 2 yet. Time Crisis 2 is a little bit harder to emulate, in at least in MAME and other places. I haven't seen anybody emulate Time Crisis 2 pretty well, but I know it runs off of PS2 games, and we can do some things as well. And the pink Namco gun is it's a real Namco arcade gun. So he ordered a real shell of a Namco gun and retrofitted it and got it to work pretty much just like the Super Jolt. He has some videos on his YouTube channel where he shows you like a real Namco gun that he's refurbished and put the Gun4IR technology inside of it. It's freaking awesome. So I'm excited to get that, and I'll have a Jolt gun. And I'm also talking to him about getting the Time Crisis pedals too, because the pedals are really cool. Let me see if I can get the pedals working with the Super Jolt. I think maybe that'll be the last thing I do, and then we'll call it a night. Oh, I do have to show you guys one last thing. Okay, cool. So you guys see my screen. Oh, I had to fix my thing really fast. Let me see if I can fix the screen share, because I want to show you guys. It's not that fancy, but I created a LaunchBox big box theme that I wanted to show off. So hold on for a second. Let me see if I can get this going. All right, let me go back out of here. Do this and do that. Okay, let's go back to StreamYard. We're going to refresh. Yes, the themes do show. All right, let's try this one last time. Come on. All right, I want to show you guys my LaunchBox big box theme, and its nice big menu, but it's not working. Okay. All right. You guys are seeing my big screen from far away. It's not that far. I think I'm doing okay. All right, so let's go into StreamYard here. Okay, this is the program that I'm using. It's called StreamYard. It's pretty fancy to use for live streams and cannot access your thing. All right, let's try refreshing it one more time, seeing if it'll register. I think I have to refresh this a few times. Cam mic settings. Oh, I don't want to use that one. I want to use the USB camera. Audio. There we go. Did that work? And then refresh. All right, there it is. Ta-da! Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Okay, so let's add this to the stream and make this big. There we go. All right. Ta-da! Okay, so the last thing I want to show you guys is there's so many different light gun builds out there, and yes, I was trying to see if I can get CoinOps Core. I know Kyodaiken has his Venom image with light guns, but I love LaunchBox. I don't know why. It's just very easy for me to like use and configure. And so I made this really simple light. I have a shooting playlist that I call Gun Games Classic, which are every gun game that doesn't have 3D graphics in it. And then I have a playlist that's called Modern Shooters that has more of the 3D graphics, techno-parrot things. And so this is just my really simple user interface. I just threw in that little kind of James Bond background. When you flip the menus, you can see between the two. I don't know if you guys can see that. And then when you go into the menu itself, this is just pretty much a big box unified refried, which has all the games that you can cycle through. So it's just a nice little front end. But let me get into my modern shooters playlist and then load up some Time Crisis so you can see all the games that I have and that I want to eventually set up. I have plans to do like a pedestal build with rail guns and the side guns, but yeah, let's go into some Time Crisis. Let's do Time Crisis. All right. Simple theme. All right. Okay, so we're in Time Crisis. I think I just need to map the pedal button for 1, and then I should be good. So let's see, this game controls. Oh, this one isn't mapped at all. So gun trigger. There we go. Foot pedal. Oh yeah, there it is. It's gun B1. Light gun analog to the right. Gun X. And then gun Y. And let's make coin 1 this button here. Gun 2. All right. Previous menu. All right. Ready for some Time Crisis? Let's do some Crime Crisis with the pedal. I'm going to be pressing the pedal. All right. Insert 3 coins. Here we go. Insert some 3 coins. You guys can see this. You can see my gun sight game. Play the story game. All right. I'm excited to play some Time Crisis with the pedal. This is pretty freaking awesome. All right. I got to get the pedal in the right spot. All right. I'm ready. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. Shoot the screen to fast forward. All right. Here we go. All right, so I have to press it to get up and shoot. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, that's so cool. I feel like I'm in the arcade with the Super Jolt. Oh my goodness, this was worth, and I'm glad Mrs. Kongzares is still sleeping. This is worth the $400. Look at this. Ah, this feels so good. I love it. The pedal, like, I mean, this is just the hardware side because it's meant to be a home console version of it. It's a pretty cheap pedal, I'm not gonna lie, but it gets the job done. So I know it's not the same as the nice heavy metal plates, and it's pretty high. It almost feels like the pedal that you would press if you ever played Rock Band. It's kind of like that feel, but it's a working pedal, so that's pretty cool. Got some Time Crisis action going on. So this is the Super Jolt. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. And Time Crisis 1 was a 1-player game, right? I don't think they had 2-player version of Time Crisis 1 at least. So I could remap this with the Sindens too, just so you guys can see what it looks like. Yeah. Default is 16:9. Foot pedal is a must. Yes. Good. This has to be so much fun. For this one, I didn't set up the GUI, but the accuracy on this feels better than it did in Point Blank, honestly. So if I look at this and I'm to the edge now, It's probably still slightly off. I probably need to do the calibration to do the Gun4i more justice in terms of like complete accuracy. But the nice thing is that this has far less jitters. If you just hold it still, there's no jitters on the mouse screen besides like just my manual moving of it. That's the really nice thing about the Gun4i that I like. Um, and the recoil options are just feel a lot better too. So all right, I think that's gonna be it for this stream. That's thank you guys all for joining. For folks that were here, German Pino, Wall Machine, JB, thank you guys so much for joining the stream super late. It's already 1 a.m. my time, so I don't know where you guys are around the world. But I think it was really cool to just do this live and do a follow-up video from my earlier stream. So appreciate everybody. Thank you guys so much. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the content, and we'll see you next time. See you guys later. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.